Imagine you're standing alone in the middle of a quiet desert. Above you, a sky full of stars, infinite, silent, glowing. They look eternal, unchanging, but each one is living a secret life. Tonight we go beyond the stars you see into their hidden story. From birth in the darkness to death in fire. This is the story of how stars are born and how they die. Stars don't begin with light. They begin in the dark. In the coldest corners of the universe float massive clouds of gas and dust, silent, still, forgotten. We call them nebulae. But they're not empty. They're full of hydrogen, the simplest element in the universe. And waiting inside these clouds is potential. All it takes is a push. Maybe a nearby star explodes. Maybe two galaxies brush past each other, and suddenly gravity wakes up. The gas begins to clump. It falls in on itself. Pressure builds, heat rises. Deep at the center of this cloud, a flicker, a new light, a protostar is born. It's not a full star yet, but it's alive, learning to shine. As more gas falls in, the core of this baby star gets hotter, hotter, until it reaches millions of degrees. And then it happens, atoms of hydrogen begin to fuse. They become helium. And in that moment, a star is truly born. This process is called nuclear fusion, and it's powerful, enough to make the star shine for billions of years. Now the star enters its longest phase. The main sequence. Like our sun. Balance between gravity pulling in and fusion pushing out, a perfect cosmic tug of war. For most of its life, a star is peaceful, burning quietly, giving light, giving warmth. This phase lasts billions of years. The sun, it's been doing this for 4.6 billion years, and it still has 5 billion more to go. But not all stars are. Like the sun, some are smaller, cooler, they burn slowly. Others are massive, blue giants. They burn bright, fast, and die young. In the universe, size is destiny. The bigger the star, the shorter the life. Eventually, even stars run out of fuel. Hydrogen begins to disappear. Fusion slows down. Gravity starts winning again. The core compresses and heats up. Now the star begins fusing helium. The outer layers expand. The star swells into a red giant. One day our sun will become one. So big, it may swallow Mercury, Venus, maybe even Earth for massive stars. The core keeps going. It fuses carbon, neon, silicon until it reaches iron, but iron is the end. Fusion stops. Energy vanishes and then collapse. If the star is small, it fades. It sheds its outer layers into space. Glowing clouds form. We call them planetary nebulae. What's left behind is a tiny core, a white dwarf. No fusion, no energy, just a hot ember, cooling for billions of years. Eventually it becomes cold and dark, a black dwarf, a silent ending, a gentle goodbye. But if the star is massive, the end is violent. The core collapses in a blink, outer layers crash inward, then rebound. The star tears itself apart. In a supernova, one of the most powerful events in the universe, for a moment, this single star outshines an entire galaxy. The explosion creates gold, silver, uranium, even the iron in your blood. The dust from this death seeds the birth of new worlds. What remains at the center? Two possibilities: a neutron star so dense 1 teaspoon weighs 1 billion tons, or, if the core is big enough, a black hole, a place where gravity traps even light, a point of no return. But even in death, stars give back. Their explosions spread new elements into space. These atoms form planets, oceans, trees, people. Every part of you was once inside a star. You're not just made of stardust, you are stardust. So the next time you look up, remember, every star is living a life, born from dust, shining with purpose, and returning to dust again, a never-ending story, written in light. In the silence of the night sky, stars are being born. Stars are dying, and somewhere another story is just beginning. Somewhere in the deep black canvas of space, the universe still remembers. It remembers every star that ever lived, every explosion that scattered atoms into the wind, every silent drift of dust that would one day become a world. The stars do not just light up the sky. They record history in their glow, a history written not in words, but in energy, gravity, and time. And as we observe them, we are not just looking up. We are looking back billions of years into the past. In a way, to gaze at the stars is to touch eternity. We are not separate from the stars. We are their legacy, the calcium in our bones, the oxygen in our lungs, the carbon in our cells. All were born in the hearts of ancient suns. We are the universe becoming aware of itself. A brief flicker of consciousness in a sea of silence, and maybe, just maybe, our stories, our questions, our dreams. Are the stars still trying to understand their purpose through us? If you enjoyed this cosmic journey, like, subscribe, and stay curious. There are more wonders waiting in the mind of the sleepy scientist.